Welcome to Rural Pick Radio, where we give you verbal life and we are people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. It is 6:16 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm just hearing that they're going to release the video footage for Jayland Walker. Apparently, Akron police, more than 6 or 7, 8, 9, all gathered around this young man's body and had a good old target practice, good old boy target practice, right? Which is a very big deal, so big of a deal that the shooting of Jayland Walker prompted Akron, Ohio, to cancel its 4th of July fireworks, right? Think about this. It's supposed to be 4th of July, celebrating the independence of America. And black people are still fighting for their independence. Still fighting for equal and just treatment. In 2022, can y'all believe this? In 2022, aim it, and this is from Cleveland News 5, right? Cleveland, Ohio. Emmett Gorn calls for answers and accountability in the deadly police shooting of 25-year-old Jayland Walker. Akron police have yet to release many specifics about the deadly use of force or release body camera from the officers involved, right? Last Thursday, a small group of protesters, they rallied for Walker outside the police headquarters. An Akron police spokesman explained the department is still compiling those videos. Under a city ordinance passed last year, police are required to release body camera video of deadly force incidents within 7 days. Jayland Walker was shot and killed following a police pursuit early Monday morning. And we all know the rest. That's that old time policing where they'd say, okay, there's no penalty, turn around and walk away. Matter of fact, turn around and run away so they can shoot you in the back. But they fail to realize, and that's why you hear calls for defunding the police. Because what the police fail to realize is that as a black man in America, whenever a police officer is called or gets involved, it's a great chance it's not going to end very well. Right. And that's when your fight or flight senses kick in. Because you want to live, but you can tell this racist cop, this Tom cop, this I bleed blue cop will kill a person. You can look at it, you know it. And so you thinking, okay, look, let me run. Let me save my life. Let me put some distance between me and this cop. And they'll come at my door tomorrow while everybody has settled down and I can live. But in that heat of the moment, you got to get out of there if you can make it. Right? Because in a lot of mentality, they going to kill you in the heat of the moment. You're not making it out of this thing alive. So your instincts will tell you, go to somewhere that's safe. Right? Especially if you all alone, by yourself, at nighttime, at midnight, and a police officer pull you over, we are taught to go to some well-lit area where there's witnesses around. They can pull out a phone, right? That can monitor the actions of these public servants that need to be monitored by the public, because you will always have those who feel like, and I'm speaking about officers who feel like they are above the law, who are so hateful and so racist that if they can catch you by yourself at nighttime, they will create an incident just so they can shoot you. And they feel like we don't know the law. So they create a situation where they can say, no, I was justified because he did this. Right? That's the America they trying to create. They're trying to create these incidents where it can be etched in your mind that if you do this or this, it's justified for them to kill you. But although you turn on YouTube, you turn on your news stations, your television, and you see white guy, same thing, and he walks away. They showed of a white guy and two police officers fighting, and they showed his dad, right, on a bulldozer, on a tractor, and was trying to hit and swung it and was trying to hit the police officer to get him off his son. And those two walked out of there alive. Had that been a black father and son team attempting to challenge and fight police officers, they've been shot dead. But let me show you how planets are lining up. Let me show you how the universe is creating certain incidents that is creating a certain situation. Roe v. Wade was overturned. A lot of people across America are sick and tired of the same old thing. Now they're talking about not renewing the Voters' Rights Act, which has to be passed or voted on every 5 years, which that shouldn't even be, but it is. On top of this heat, and on top of black and brown and Asian and tired of racism, they are creating a situation. Racism, hatred, and bigotry is creating a situation that, as it gets rolling, you're not going to be able to stop it. Right? The obsession with white supremacy wanting to rule and stay in power and staying in control is beginning to be sickly. Meaning, it seems as if, it is the fact that they will do anything, even if it's immoral, to stay in power. The lives of what they deem as minorities won't be valued. And some of the response is getting better. It's still a slight bit troubling because we're not there yet, but we're getting close. Meaning, our response, we always seek to show compassion and forgiveness to a body who has more than a few bad apples, but we give credence and respect to what that body of people is supposed to represent, but never represented it. Hell, going back into slavery times. right? They made songs about it in the 70s, 60s, about police brutality. So when I hear people say, well, how long does it take? How many hundreds of years does it take for a police department to have a system in place to weed out the bad cops from the good cops? That's an easy process. But how long will it take for them to put a system in place but there's only good cops? You mean to tell me across America, every police department has to have a few bad apples? And so when incidents occur, we have something to blame. Is that few bad apples? It's the few bad apples that make the police department look bad. But damn, they've been having few bad apples for hundreds of years. What's the problem? And fail to realize that these are tax-paying citizens that pay their salary. But you don't want to pay the salary of a racist cop to be patrolling at nighttime, and you pay him to shoot black and brown young men and black and brown females out there being a vigilante on our tax dollars. That's why you hear calls to defund the police. Don't take the majority. And if you're in a community where you are the majority and you paying into a police department that won't protect you, the majority, and then you look at the records on how the white community is treated and how they handle similar incidents, because we all know white people on crystal meth. We see the videos of white folks doing crime. We see the videos of white people fighting with the police officer. I'm talking about going to blows, and the police officers don't even reach for their gun. Or they reach for their gun, pull their gun, and then start talking and using negotiation tactics. But with black people, you see police officers show up on that scene and start firing, shooting in less than seconds. No negotiation. No, hey, let's resolve this. Let's calm down. No, is there anybody we can call that can help talk to you? No. It's just killing and murder. And they go on leave, get suspended, come back from a paid vacation, and they back out to killing again. It's sad. And the saddest part is white people are not the majority race in America. But the justice system and the protection is catered towards them. Black, brown, and others pay the salary and is carrying this country on their backs, but still get the worst treatment. So this video that they're going to release later is so horrific, and I'm hearing he was shot over 60 times. So horrific until they had to cancel the 4th of July celebration in Akron, Ohio today, in anticipation that after people watch this, they're going to be ready to explode. And I understand. Now, trust me, I understand why city officials say, look, remain calm. Right? Meaning, use your inner self to find the strength to remain calm and not trust in the justice system. No. Trust that the universe, the law of karma, right, justify and settle things in the right way at the right time. I know, because I know it's hard. But, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again, is what I'm saying. We got to go back and look at all the protesting and rioting that was done since Trayvon Martin, since Freddie Gray, since before Trayvon Martin. Right. We got to sit back and look. And within all those footages, and with all those protesting, and with all those leaders, and all those attorneys standing up and speaking on into this issue, right? All the preachers, all the ministers speaking on this very same issue. Within all of that, somewhere lies the answer that will solve it once and for all. All the talks of defunding, right? All the federal investigations within these different cities, right? Somewhere in the midst of all of that is the answer. We got to look deep, but it's right in our face. And it's simple. We just haven't discovered it yet, but it's there to put an end to it once and for all. Right, so we got some digging to do. I would say there's some understanding to do, but there's no understanding because we know this scene like the back of our hands from any city across America. We understand what's going on. We just haven't found the answer to stop it, to end it. Could be in defunding. It could be in other aspects of cases and situations like this. But the answer is there. Right. We just gotta get out of each other's way and put the ego aside. Right. Or go to one who we know has the answer. But we still too afraid to bring him in front of everyone and ask him what's the answer. And then are we responsible enough to do what the answer is? I don't know. But it's hot outside. The talk, the Buffalo shooting, the talk of not renewing the Voter Rights Act that has to be voted upon every 5 years. Hey man. And the sad part about it is some entities and people in high positions are blinded by race till they can't see what they're creating. You can't say to hell with everybody else. I'm just stick with mine and make sure mine is okay, and everybody else can go to hell. It don't work like that. But by doing that and making those or taking those actions, it's starting to reveal your mindset and who you really are. You're starting to show your hand. You're starting to show that you don't have the capacity for a compassion for everyone else. You couldn't do it if you wanted to. And that's becoming a sentiment. Hey, the writing's just on the wall. But later on today, they're going to release the video footage of the killing of Jayland Walker. And I'll talk to you all after that, and we'll see where this goes after the release of the video footage of the killing of Jayland Walker by Akron Police Department. Vote Pick Radio, we're out.